And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, we try to bring you some news that you could use, and today will be no exception to the rule. We are fortunate to have on the line with us right now Coach Owen Parker. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good, Mike. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing great, man. Look like we got some breaking news as far as what could potentially happen with baseball, so I guess we'll jump right into it and let you give us the latest and greatest of what's going on.
Yeah, Mike, so we've had a lot of rain this week, and especially primarily hurting the west side of SWAC baseball. Texas Southern and Southern, they've only played one game, and as of today, the doubleheader that was scheduled is canceled. So they're going to have to make up two games somewhere down the road. And as we can remember, Southern didn't finish the series with Prairie View. There's another game out there. So that's three games that could be huge for the SWAC standards as we go down the stretch.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure what Grambling and Alcorn is going to do about their last game. I think they're owed another game. But they were supposed to play today. I'm not sure if they're going to play, but let's see what happens.
Okay, well, not making fun of Alcorn's situation, that game would almost be not even something that you would be concerned about unless somehow Texas Southern, or Prairie View, for that matter, could get caught up with Grambling, and it would be one of those must-play games. But with the way the schedule has been readjusted, you used to have a week to make up these games. It would be pretty hard to figure out how they're going to get it unless they start eliminating more of their midweek games with other opponents.
That's the only way, Mike. I can see that they'll be able to get those games in.
Okay. Now, with that being said, we've had another interesting turn of events in Jackson, Mississippi. So I guess we'll try to, if we can, wrap up what the series were like and what our current standings are looking like in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. All
right, Mike. So you had Prairie View. They did a real good job this weekend. They swept UAPB. Grambling won 2 games against Alcorn. Bethune-Cookman, they swept Valley. But the biggest take this weekend, Mike, was Alabama State sweeping Jackson. With the sweep of that, Jackson's only 4-11 in conference play. Also, you had FAMU sweeping Alabama A&M. So I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on at Jackson State, but they're just treading water, man, barely hanging on. And they got, I think they play Alabama A&M this weekend. That series, that could be for 4th-place seeding.
Wow. Who would have thought it? That's why we play the games, my man. That's why we play the games. Now,
yes,
the West is getting all kind of log jams right now. Can you decipher this one?
Oh, man. Yeah, Mike, like you said, the West is really becoming a log jam. You got Grambling at 11-3, you got Prairie View at 10-4, and you got TSU at 8-5. And in 4th right now, you got Southern at 7-5. But you got Prairie View 10-4, right on the heels of Grambling. And I think this weekend those guys will be squaring up for the first time this year.
Yeah, that could be a real big match. And I'm trying to make sure, I guess it is Grambling to have one. I thought for some reason Prairie View was playing Alcorn, but it could be Grambling. I have to go back and check.
Well, I'm sorry. You're right, Mike. Grambling's playing Southern this weekend. Prairie View is playing Alcorn State this weekend.
Right.
So Prairie View could try to, get you some wins and then check the scoreboard if they play true to form. Grambling's going to have a tough time, I think, going to Southern, playing at Southern. But if Grambling go and take care of business, Southern could be looking in the rearview mirrors themselves.
Yes, sir. But with the teams that are behind Southern at this stage, that they're in the 4th seed, once again, not knocking any programs, Pine Bluff and Alcorn are really struggling. So even if they do struggle against Grambling this weekend, they could still be in pretty good position for the back half of the season.
Absolutely, Mike. I think if Southern win one game, they'll distance themselves from the other two teams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, all of this stuff that's going on, and we know we've had the rule changes, and you got a chance to check out some of the games. Are you seeing an impact of the rule changes, or is it things pretty much as normal when it comes to SWAC baseball play?
Well, they look normal, Mike. I mean, the 20-second rule that the pitcher has to deliver a pitch to home plate, I think the teams I've seen have adopted to that. The step off, fake pick the first or whatever, you get one free one, and after that, it's a ball. And also, the batter stand in the box, if you're outside the box too long, they can call a ball or a strike on you. So I think those guys have done a great job making those adjustments.
Okay. And once again, that has nothing to do with pitch count, automatic balls or strikes, but defense has been somewhat shaky. When I look at the box scores, I'm seeing a lot more errors that I like to see from top to bottom of all teams.
Absolutely. I just think your preparation for the week has to take care of those problems. If you're defensively shaky, I think you guys got to work on your defense or make a change at that position. So, yeah. I mean, it's just internal within the programs that's having those problems.
Yes, sir. Well, the Panthers got a huge task this Wednesday. They'll be traveling to College Station to take on the Texas A&M Aggies, who just came off of a weekend series with the Missouri Tigers. They took 2 out of 3 in that one. Tall order for the Panthers. But when you're going into a situation like that, OP, once again, I've given my philosophy on how you should approach it with pitching staff. What are some things that you're looking for this far in the season when you're in your midweek competition?
That's always like a good tune-up game for your defense, if you ask me. What I would do, I would go Johnny Ho staff, as I like to call it. I'll tell my guys, hey, you guys are pitching for weekend time. I got 9 guys that's going to pitch 1 inning. Depending on how you do with that 1 inning, determines if you're going to pitch this weekend. But offensively, guys, let's see if we can handle, facing top velocity pitching. And I just challenge my offense to see how many runs we can score and my pitching staff. Defensively, those guys are going to be bigger and stronger, but it's still got to play 9 innings, man. It don't change. So I really think that'd be a good advantage for Prairie View if they would pitch one new guy every inning. That gives A&M not a chance to really hone in on your pitcher and figure out what he's done. By the time you figure out what he's doing on the mound, he'll be off the mound.
Right. Well, I noticed you referenced to being bigger and stronger, and I've always been an advocate for, in particular when it comes to baseball. Yeah, size is a factor, but it doesn't weigh as much, maybe when it comes to power at bats. But if you're executing mainly defensively, as we addressed, and you're playing high IQ baseball, you can counter some power and strength with some good small ball play in baseball.
Absolutely, Mike. In 2014, when I was coaching at Louisiana Tech, we played a 3-game series against Texas A&M, and all 3 games were close. Matter of fact, the second game, I think we had a questionable call where we ended up losing by 1 run, but we ended up winning the 3rd game, Mike. Those guys were a little more physical, but we were a little more fundamentally sound. So that brings parity right there in baseball. Fundamental sounds can overcome a lot of things.
Yes, sir. And speaking of being fundamentally sound, I guess it's time for us to hear for your top 10 poll this week, my man. I'm excited to hear who's, what, and where this week. So if you don't mind, let it rip.
All right, Mike. Coming at number 10, I got a tie with Jackson State and Southern. 9, Coppin State. 8, Prairie View. 7, North Carolina A&T. 6, Grambling. 5, Maryland Eastern Shores. 4, Texas Southern. 3, FAMU. 2, Bethune-Cookman. Coming to number 1, Bama State.
All right. Now I notice a couple of dips. In particular, you got my Panthers at number 8, man. I guess that sweep wasn't impressive enough for you, huh?
Well, Mike, they're playing a team that's not doing well. But I did like the fact that they 10-run ruled them a couple of times and they're taking care of business. But I just think Grambling did the same thing with Alcorn. So I didn't give that much merit. But TSU, they've been playing some real hot ball. So, and then knowing Mike Robb history, he's turned the corner now. So I think those guys got to really pay attention to TSU.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you still holding on to Jackson State.
Mike, they're on the end. They're tied with Southern right now. Both of them had rough weekends. And one of them going to fall out. I promise you that.
And one of them didn't get swept neither.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say this, Mike. For JSU, you're going to have to win that series against Alabama A&M this weekend. You could be looking in the rearview mirror.
Right. Well, not even just win the series. They're going to have to just sweep them, man. I don't think they have room to lose to opponents like that. I think they're done with Valley for the season. They might have another series with Valley. But when you get the opportunity to play the Valleys and the A&Ms in your division, you cannot afford not to sweep those programs if you want to stay afloat.
Well, Mike, if history holds itself, last time they played, Alabama A&M won 2 out of 3 at Jackson. So now Jackson's going to Alabama A&M. And I know, the coaches over there, they're going to be ready, Mike. They're seeing opportunity to get themselves in a good position for swag play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, the tournament starts May 24th from Atlanta, Georgia, as they like to call it, Hot Atlanta. And should be some very interesting matchups. We'll see where the last man is standing when they get done wrapping things up heading into the tournament. But meanwhile, man, I got to get an update on what's going on in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Well, Mike, we had a doubleheader yesterday. We played LSU Alexander the first game. We lost 5-4. Boys competed well. We just struck out a little too much, but we all hit those guys. We played Louisiana College, which both of those guys in the Red River Athletic Conference. We beat them 6-1. Swung the bat a lot better, Mike, and pitched real well the whole day yesterday. We had great, outstanding pitching, and we won one, lost one. But the weekend is the big one. We're playing Delgado in New Orleans, Louisiana, and they're nationally ranked. So we're going to roll up our sleeves and see what we got.
Sounds like a plan, my man, and I'm looking forward to the conversation each and every week. It's time for you to give your Yahoo connection, so I'm going to let you rip with that.
Well, I can be reached at oldenparker65 at yahoo.com. Feel free, guys, to call, ask any questions. I'm available for you guys. If you got any baseball concerns or just want to know, give me a call.
All right, he is the baseball guru, Olin Parker. We call him OP. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. I want to remind you guys that you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And don't forget, you can always visit the website at obnradio.com. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.